Jack Ross sacked for Dundee United. It had to be done. We all said it would be done. We did the podcast, or the review show, I don't know, whatever you want to call it, right? 9-0. Even though I kind of rate Jack Ross, and I don't actually think he's as bad as what people make out to be, when your team is getting pumped left, right, and centre, it has to go, right? And he's been sacked after 7 games. We'll go through the 7 games soon enough, but we'll go into this article. It says Jack Ross has been sacked as Dundee United head coach following Sunday's 9-0 hammering by Celtic. Just his 7th game in charge. The record home defeat for United was the club's 5th successive loss, a run that includes a 7-0 Europa Conference League defeat away to AZ Alkmaar. Ross departs after only 10 weeks in the job with United, 2 points adrift at the bottom of the Scottish Premiership. They confirmed he was relieved of his duties with immediate effect. So Liam Fox has taken interim charge, and they play Livingston tomorrow on Wednesday for the League Cup last 16. So it is what it is, but he had to go. But I don't think this... I think they had to sack him, right? But I don't think this is going to promise an immediate change to Dundee United's fortunes. I think they're still going to get pumped. There needs to be a fundamental change there. The team needs drastically changed and hammered home into them. If you concede 1, you concede 2. The arse can't go. And, against Celtic and against AZ, 2 games I actually watched, right? They were good until they conceded the second goal. But see, once that second goal goes in, they give up, man. I'm not saying most teams when they concede the second goal, man, they're full of joy and they're like, oh man, this is quality, we'll do this. But there needs to be a sense of, right, we're going to get beat here, but let's make it respectable. And Celtic were good, but Dundee United were worse than what Celtic were actually good. That's just simple fucking facts. But if we want to take a look at the results of Jack Ross's tenure here at the club, of course, he inherited a team that finished 4th last year, got European football in at the 3rd qualifying round of Europa Conference League. Kelly drew 1 each for them, very disappointing. They were winning right up to the 90th minute in this game, and then they drew. So that is what it is, and that was on the 30th of July. We move into August, and this is where the fun truly begins. Thursday, the 4th of August, a 1-0 win against AZ Alkmaar. And that's a very good result. I remember thinking at the time, fucking hell, that is fantastic. Jack Ross is going to get Dundee United firing on all cylinders. And they were good. And I actually thought at that point, the tie is Dundee United's to throw away, because AZ had not impressed me. And you feel like, well, Dundee United have just got to go to, Holland. And even if they get beat by a goal, at least they're guaranteed extra time that way. And you know what? As James McFadden said on that night, for the first 20 minutes, Dundee United were in the game. They were in the game, but then they absolutely got destroyed 7-0 in one of the worst performances you will see by a team in Europe. Shocking, embarrassing, need I say more. But the game before that was in the league. They lost 1-0 to Livingston at Tannadice. A shit result, but considering it was after the win against AZ Alkmaar, not too bad. Not too bad, to be perfectly honest. So, well, not saying not too bad, it's not great, but Dundee United fans, they're going to remember beating AZ Alkmaar 1-0 more than they're going to, remember beating Livy at home. Albeit, either result didn't really matter, because they got knocked out by AZ, like I said. Fast forward to the 14th of August, Hearts at Tynecastle pumped them 4-1. They scored a penalty. That was about it. Fast forward to the 20th at Tannadice. St Mirren put 3 past them. Curtis Main had them on absolute gear. He was destroying them left, right and centre. And then the final game for Jack Ross, Dundee United 0, Celtic 9. And if you look at their last 4 games, they've conceded, they've conceded 23 goals in 4 games. That is an average of 5.75. That is absolutely abysmal for Jack Ross. You can't spin this in any way, shape or form. If we look at his win record, 1 win out of 7 games, percentage wise, is 13, 12, 13, something will be about 14%. It's abysmal. It truly is for Jack Ross. He's sacked. It is what it is. Will they improve? Aye. Is there a real chance of Dundee and Alnwick going down? I legit think there is. I don't think they will, but I think that still serves a legit chance. But, they can right that wrong against Livy Lamora in the League Cup. But anyway, guys, Jack Ross is gone. Till next time. Peace.